this is sickening. Andy, we are taught as, defensive players, the last play of the game, you tomahawk the ball into the ground. They were going up to like they were trying to catch it, and it caromed over their heads into the end zone, and there was a receiver there waiting to catch it.
What Dan Hampton just said there is the truth. You practice that. Or let's put it this way. You should be practicing. That's part of the game. The Hail Mary. It happens. It just happens. And guess what? It happened to us. We won on a miracle call. The Redskins actually had a touchdown in the end zone. The receiver's hand was under the ball, and when you come down your knee and the ball, by the way, the ground cannot cause a fumble, okay? That was a touchdown. That was taken away from Washington. But I'll tell you what, the defense, which Dan just said, has kept us in the game and gave us a chance to win it. And they got a miracle call. They made a touchdown, and so be it. But there was how many seconds left?
5.
There's no time on the clock when the ball left his hand.
Yeah, well, I think it was 3 seconds were left. Okay? And they go for the Hail Mary. And again, what Dan Hampton just said, folks, that's what you practice that play. Defensive guys, you knock it down. You don't go for the interception. And I would see what it looked like. They're jumping up with their hands. It bounces off their hands and goes into the guy in the end zone. Game, set, match. It's a tough loss. At least we fought all the way through, Dan. I'm talking about defensively. If you look at it from quarter to quarter, folks, our offense was not that efficient in the running game or in the passing game. Not until the fourth quarter.
They were horrid.
We were god-awful that first half.
What is it about Matt Eberflus's teams that do so poorly after 2 weeks? I mean, they had all the time in the world to prepare for this game. I know he gave his players a couple of extra days off, and you're supposed to do it by the CBA. There's a couple days during that week that you're supposed to be out, but he gave them the rest of that week. And you got to tell me that when they came to work on Monday or whatever it was, that they didn't get ready for this game again?
I'm still shocked, folks. We didn't deserve to be this close.
No.
I'm telling you. I mean,
I agree.
So many things were against us, but for the Bears just to be able to stay in it and fight and claw and get back to the goal line after Doug Kramer, botched the handoff at the goal line, and to force them to punt. And I thought that was a bad spot. I thought he had the first down. I mean, play after play, the officials had a huge, huge part in this game. But at the very end, it came back to just idiot technique at the goal line on that Hail Mary, OB.
Yeah. Dan, I can tell you, for them not to know that, our defensive backs are very good, folks. They're excellent. But for them, and they made a mistake. They made a mistake, and it cost them the game.
Yes, it did.
It cost them the game because they made, and that was a mistake, folks, because what Dan's telling you and I'm telling you, you knock that ball down. You do not try to go for the interception. That's what you do.
All right, so I walk in here, Andy, and we're going to get to you callers because I know you're as hot as the rest of us. But I walked in here thinking all game long I was so heartbroken that here we are at 4-2. They had a bye week. They're coming off of 2 pretty good, performances. And if we go into Washington, we play the game the way we supposed to play it, and come away with a victory, that would be something to kind of set this team on a trajectory. And yet we had the game won after we didn't deserve it, and then we gave it away with 3 seconds to go on the last play.
Yeah, there's a lot to get into as far as the coaching decisions, especially made on the offensive coordinator Shane Waldron. I mean, why are you giving the ball to an offensive lineman there in the fourth quarter?
A guy that stood on the sidelines all day, and you've got 3 offensive linemen that have left the game.
The 2 things that I tried to make the point, but I didn't get to the second point. was exactly that play.
Yeah.
Was exactly that play. Those are trick plays, folks. And you know what happens to people that play with trick plays? They get it blown up right in their face. You take a backup lineman, an offensive lineman, folks, and you put him in the fullback slot. You put him in a fullback slot and snap the ball to him in that critical a situation. That alone, Eberflus, should get you fired. That alone should get you fired. That's called stupidity. Out and out stupidity.
Yeah, I didn't get a lot of that, to be honest with you, and we'll dive into a lot of that as we move along here. We're with you till 8:30 tonight, and we'll be breaking down the breakdown of the Bears, at least 18-15, losing on the Hail Mary with 3 seconds to go in the game.
Yeah, and the other thing, you know, you look at what really went on, and we'll pick out some things. But the first half, folks, the first half, Patsy, in this league, the first quarter and the second quarter half come, boom, gun goes off, half's over with. You know how many net yards we passed for? 13. And it's the 7th game of a 17-game schedule. And we passed for 13 yards. And what I was talking about in the pregame, our hourly show pregame, the point was, oh my, and you just take it.
All right, catch your breath. We're going to take a time out here. We'll come back with phone calls. 312-981-7200 is the number. Bears lose 18-15 on a Hail Mary with 3 seconds to play in the game. Hampton will be sponsored by your local Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado official truck partner of the Chicago Bears.
Got nobody to blame but themselves.